Okay, so here's the basic mock-up. It's going to be a little bit higher in the rear end, but not a whole lot. It'll be on a slight rake. So this is it kind of leveled out in that shot. Not so sure about the back tires yet. Then the chop's coming along. I haven't really done a whole lot. I just need to fill them lines in there and get it all taken care of and prettied up and get it all mudded and unmudded and mudded and unmudded. I got the firewall together, as you can see. It's coming along. I'm gonna get that to slip over the frame a little bit. The cab will be kind of raked a little bit too, maybe like 1 scale inch or so. Back window turned out pretty cool. Made a little fuel cell for it. So the back window just kind of sits in there like it's almost stock, which was a pleasant surprise. Glad that worked out. Went a little crazy on the sanding and removed a little bit of my mold line, so I'm trying to sculpt that back into it. Wasn't paying attention, and you know how it goes when you don't consider it. Then where I channeled the body in the back, probably never really gets seen, but you know, I know it's there, and we'll see how that turns out. Should look pretty cool. Looked like it was part of it. God, I don't know, man. I just do little bits here and little bits there. Just trying to get her all fingered out. Now I think I decided to go with a small block Chevy with 2 4s on it. I wanted to do a tunnel ram, but I don't have one. So, you know, you use what you got, you build what you got. And I'll go for that. It'll look cool. And I'm also thinking about maybe putting the radiator in the back and running it that way. And then still trying to figure out a way to make this one a tilt front end too. I think I got the hinging figured out where I could pull it straight out and then tilt it. But I don't know. That's in the future. So this is what I got going on. Essentially just trying to get all the bodywork together, and then I've gotten the interior together to where I think it's gonna fit right. You can see, here, let me pop that off. Made a little groove right here for the window on the side, and I still got to make the channeling that goes around the window on the inside for, I was thinking about just having a window up just a little bit on one side, and got to give it a place. Added, if you can see, a piece of plastic that goes between the dashboard and the windshield here, so I can get that to fit in right. That wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, but you can kind of get a good look at it there. Let's see. You can kind of see inside where I'm starting to do the inside part of the window channel. I'm still thinking about opening these doors up, but I wasn't planning on getting kind of that complicated with this. I just wanted it to be a quick build, and we see how that's working out. Let's see what else. I have, get that to focus a little better. I've got the chop pretty good. I've got a little, I'm looking for all the little imperfections now and getting rid of them, but I think I've got it all pretty decent. When I throw primer down on it, can't really see a line. I've got this little bit right here I gotta straighten out. Plus this pillar here, it's a little wider here than it is on this side. So I gotta just take a file and kind of follow that line and just go in, God, just a tiny little bit. And then to go around, I've had to add a little filler here. Still need to take that little bit out. but I think I got it set up pretty good. You can kind of see a line there, which I'll get rid of that, and all the way around. Not too bad. Still getting the back window straightened out. It's definitely wider on this side than it is that side, so I got to get that evened out. Dealing with this trim, I'm going to have to actually run a piece of plastic on it. Same on that side. It wasn't very deep to begin with, but I got a little overzealous with sanding. You can see that on this back panel here, this part's high. Still got a low spot there. You can still kind of see the line all the way around. So I'll definitely focus on that a little bit. And that'll take care of the body for the most part. As you can see, I just got it held together with tape. Got the firewall. It does fit in there actually better than it has, and it's taken a lot of work. A little massaging, a little tweaking here and there. Had to make this larger. I'm still deciding on whether I'm going to go big block or small block. I'm really leaning towards a big block though, because you know it's got to have some monster power. Now with the floor pan, I'm gonna have to make a new one. I don't have it quite right the way I'd like it to be, to where it's fitting nice and snug in there. And this is, you know, getting ready to make that Humpty Hump. So I'll cover up the transmission. But that's the stock interior, and I've got it, you know, channeled down to the floor pan. Pretty much the distance that I chopped the top, maybe a little bit more, and then it sits over the frame really nice. So it's, that part's coming along. Still need to cut out this little thing in the cowl and make a little air scoopy thing to where it's going to go down into this, and I'll have like a screen here, and then that'll be screened in. That'll look pretty cool. It'll be a way for the air to get into the motor without a hood scoop. Boy, I decided to start carving out all the louvers here, and I'm almost all the way through, as you can see. So you'll be able to see through all the louvers, and then I want to take this line onto, there it is, onto the grill, and that line onto the grill, and then these two lines I want to actually go onto the cowl here and here. Just a little bit, just to give it that look that it continues through. Eventually what I'm going to do is cut out the center part and put in my own like little honeycomb grill. I think we'll see what goes on there, and then this is all going to be molded together into one piece and kind of just shaped around. Got it really close here, but what kind of sucks is it fits really well again on one side, but the other side is a little wonky, and it's all just to the mold. So everything, it seems like everything on the passenger side just doesn't quite fit right, and everything on the driver's side fits really neat. So that's that in a nutshell. On the frame, got, if I can get it to focus in on it, I may have to zoom in here. On the frame, let's zoom this crap. You gonna zoom? No. I've got it all drilled out, and I've got little pieces of tubing in there, if you can see that. Let's get it up here. That's what she said. And I'll have a smaller piece of tubing going through the inside of it, which will hold the bottom of the coil over. I did end up having to make this movable because the spread, it just looked stupid to me, so I needed to get that to fit up tighter. I had to change my spindle so that the center point of the wheel is going to be way up. see if I can do this. This is definitely challenging with a phone. So it'll be sitting way up like that, just to get that front end down in the weeds. And then I'll change my little pitman arm or whatever, the steering knuckle, to the lower side down to the bottom down here, and I'll run a rack and pinion across the front. Now, I don't think I'm gonna really go to all the trouble to make it a posable front end with a rack and pinion, because it takes a couple of joints to do that, and I don't want to fight with that anymore. I'll save that for another model. But got everything all set up and ready to go for my my Corvette rear end here, which is, you know, gonna be sitting in something like that. I still got to get it all painted up. I just got my basic metal look to it. Then I'll make my leaf spring look steel. These will be aluminum plate looking. I have my coils coming from there to there, and I have a little bracket with a shock mount kind of thing, a bushing or whatever, that goes through the back that holds it there. And I believe that is it. It's fairly a simple rear end, and I should have it all together. I'm going to paint the frame snow white, and then I'm going to weather it, of course, a little bit, but it'll be pretty, but definitely look like it's been driven. And that's about where I'm at with it. I haven't done a whole lot. Fabricated my radiator, or a box basically, so I can have it to where it's a see-through radiator. And then once I have it all painted up, have everything in there, got a little top that goes on it, and this will have my this will have my cap over here. Still got to put my inlet and outlet down on this, so, and then I'll run my radiator lines along the frame here to the motor up front. Again, I got myself in a position where I do not know where the hell to put the battery. Totally spaced it again. Seem to do that on every model. Yeah, I don't get it, but I'll find a spot for it. Probably somewhere in here there'll be a battery. That's about where I'm at with that. All right, guys. Hey, thanks for watching. If you like this stuff, give me a like, subscribe, and model on.